Hello everyone, and welcome back to the AZ-900 Azure Fundamentals Masterclass. Over the last few lessons, we spent quite a bit of time learning how to manage and monitor Azure resources. We started by learning about Azure policy, where we saw how organizations create rules to ensure Azure resources comply with company standards. We then explored resource logs and tags, which help protect important resources from accidental deletion and organize resources for easier management and cost reporting. In our previous lesson, we learned about Azure Monitor, where we saw how administrators monitor the health, performance, and activity of Azure resources. Azure Monitor can tell us things like whether a virtual machine is using too much CPU, whether someone has modified a resource, or whether we should receive an alert because something requires attention. Today, we are going to build on everything we've already learned. Let's imagine a real-life situation, and today is a Monday. You are the Azure Administrator for FITTS. Your phone starts ringing. Staff members can't access the learning platform. Students are saying videos won't load. Everyone assumes Azure has a problem. Naturally, the first thing you do is to open Azure Monitor. You check the virtual machine, CPU usage looks normal, memory usage looks fine. There are no alerts. Everything inside your Azure environment appears healthy. So now you are left with another question. If my own Azure resources are healthy, could the problem be with Microsoft Azure itself? And that's exactly what we are going to look at. And how can I improve my Azure environment even further? And that's where Azure Advisor comes in. So today's lesson answers two very important questions. First, is Microsoft Azure experiencing any problems that could affect my services? And second, how can I improve my Azure environment by following Microsoft's best practices? Let's begin. So let's move into our search box and type service health. Now it pops up, click on it. Now I have my service health page. And if you check the left-hand side, we have service issues, plant maintenance, health advisories, security advisories, billing updates. And when you move all the way down, we have health history, resource health, health alerts. Then we've got some health, which is a reported impact preview. So at the first glance, that might seem like a lot, but it's not. And once you understand the purpose of each one, it becomes very straightforward. And the important thing to remember is this. Azure Service Health tells you about Microsoft Azure Platform. Please get that. It tells you about Microsoft Azure Platform, not your platform, but Microsoft. And it will definitely not monitor your virtual machine, storage account. Why is it not doing that? Because our Azure Monitor is already doing that. So instead, the service health will tell you whether Microsoft Azure itself is experiencing any event that would affect your services. And that is the whole point of this. So I'll need you to think of it this way. Imagine you own a shop inside a shopping mall. If the electricity inside your own shop fails, that's your responsibility, isn't it? But if the entire shopping mall loses electricity because the power company has an outage, and that's definitely or obviously outside your control. So Azure Monitor helps you monitor your own shop. Azure Service Health tells you what's happening to the entire shopping mall, and that is the difference. Okay, so by default, we've got service issues, and that is where I've currently selected. And when you check, we see no active service issues. And this is actually good news. And this means Microsoft isn't currently reporting any service problems that affect my subscription. So imagine one of Microsoft's data centers experiences an outage Perhaps networking fails in a particular Azure region, or maybe a storage service becomes unavailable. So rather than spending hours trying to troubleshoot your own environment, Azure Service Help immediately tells you whether Microsoft is already aware of the issue. And this can save administrators a tremendous amount of time instead of guessing. You already know whether the problem originates from Microsoft infrastructure. I want us to look at planned maintenance. Okay, so unlike service issues, planned maintenance isn't unexpected. Microsoft occasionally performs maintenance on its Azure infrastructure. For example, they may update networking equipment, improve storage systems, or upgrade the underlying platform. And whenever possible, Microsoft informs customers in advance. And that is the right thing to do. And this allows organizations to prepare if maintenance could affect their workload. So think of it like receiving a notice from your electricity provider informing you that power will be interrupted on, let's say, Saturday morning while maintenance is carried out. And the interruption is planned rather than unexpected. Now let's move on to the next, which is health advisories. Okay. And this health advisory section provides useful information about Azure services that may require your attention. So an example could be Microsoft announcing that a feature is being retired. Perhaps a service is changing, or maybe Microsoft is introducing an important update that customers should know about. And these advisories don't necessarily mean something is broken. They are simply keeping administrators informed. Think of them as important announcements. Okay. Now let's move on to security advisories. Okay. And we know that security is one of Microsoft's highest priorities. So whenever Microsoft identifies important security information that customers should know about, they communicate it here. So an example could be guidance about protecting resources against newly discovered vulnerabilities or recommendations to improve security. And this helps organizations stay informed about potential security risks. So that's the beauty of the service help. Let's move on to the billing update. So as the name suggests, this section provides information related to billing. It's all about money. So perhaps Microsoft changes pricing for a particular service. Maybe there is a billing related announcement, or perhaps something affects subscriptions or invoices. So instead of searching through emails, administrators can review important billing information here. And then next on our list is health history. So even if there are no active issues today, organizations often need to investigate previous events. And imagine someone asking, didn't Azure experience a networking issue last month? Rather than relying on memory, administrators can review historical events inside health history. And this helps with reporting and understanding past incidents. Now I'm going to move on and click on resource health. And this is one of the favorite features because it connects Microsoft platform with your own resources. And you need to understand this. Okay. So resource health usually will tell us whether an individual Azure resource is healthy from Microsoft's perspective. So if a virtual machine becomes unavailable because of an Azure platform issue, resource health helps identify that. So instead of wondering whether the problem is your fault or Microsoft, Resource Health provides additional insight into the status of that particular resource. And think of it like taking your car to a mechanic. Sometimes the problem is the driver. Sometimes it's the manufacturer. Resource Health helps determine where the issue originates. And finally, we're going to look at health alerts. And just as Azure Monitor can notify us when our resources require attention, Azure Service Health can notify us when Microsoft experiences service events that affect our subscription. This means administrators don't need to keep checking service health manually. Azure can notify them automatically. And that's especially useful for organizations running business critical application. So, to summarize, what I would say is service issues tell us about unexpected Azure outages. Planned maintenance informs us about scheduled maintenance. Health advisories keeps us informed about important Azure updates. Security advisories communicate security-related information. Billing updates provide subscription and billing announcement. Health history will let us review previous incidents. Resource health shows the health of individual Azure resources from Microsoft's perspective. And health alert notify us automatically when Microsoft Azure experiences events that may affect us. And now that we've confirmed Microsoft Azure platform is healthy, let's answer our second question. How can we improve our Azure environment? So what I'm going to do is to go over and look for Azure Advisor. So I've got my advisor, it opens. And immediately, I think you've seen a completely different interface. So instead of showing health information, Azure Advisor presents recommendation. That is the beauty of it. So think of Azure Advisor as your personal cloud consultant. Imagine visiting your doctor for a routine health check. Your doctor doesn't wait until you are sick. Instead, they might say you should exercise more, reduce your sugar intake, drink more water, sleep a little earlier. None of those recommendations mean you are unhealthy. They are simply suggestions that can improve your long term health. Azure Advisor works exactly the same way. It continuously analyzes your Azure environment and recommends ways to improve it. And notice that Azure groups recommendations into 5 categories. So we've got cost, we've got security, we've got reliability, we've got operational excellence, we've got performance. So we're going to look at each one of them. Okay. So this is our cost. Okay. So the purpose of cost recommendation is simple. Microsoft wants to help you spend less money. Azure may recommend shutting down unused resources, resizing virtual machines, or removing services that are no longer required. And saving money without affecting business operation is always a good thing, isn't it? And if you look at security, the recommendations will help protect your Azure environment. And Azure may recommend enabling additional security features, improving identity protection, or strengthening resource security. And I'll need you to think of these recommendations as a way to reduce risk. And now, if you look at reliability, that's my portal showing a reliability score of what, 80%. So you might be wondering what the score means. So I'll need you to think of it like a school report. A higher score suggests you are following more of Microsoft's recommended practices for building reliable Azure workloads. So reliability is all about ensuring your applications continue running even when something unexpected happens. And the goal is to reduce downtime and improve what? Availability. And operational excellence will definitely ask just a simple question. Are you managing your Azure environment using good practices? And that's really low, looking at my score. So are your resources configured properly? Are you following Microsoft's recommendation? Are you operating, efficiently? And are you managing it well? So the operational excellence score gives you an indication of how closely your environment aligns with Microsoft's recommended management work practices. Okay. So we've got three active, operational excellence recommendations. You click on it, you follow it, you get it done. Then the last on the list is performance. So the performance will usually focus on delivering the best possible experience to users. So Azure may identify opportunities to improve application responsiveness, optimize resource performance, or increase efficiency. And the objective here is simple: provide users with a faster and better experience. And one feature you will also notice is the advisor score. And I'll need you to think of this as your Azure report card. So it summarizes how well your Azure environment follows Microsoft's best practices across all recommendation word categories. So the closer your score to 100%, the more recommendation you've already implemented. However, you don't need to worry if your score isn't perfect. So Azure Advisor exists to help you improve over time. Okay. So if you look at the category, the cost, I'm on point. Security, I don't have any data. This is just to help prepare you for the AZ-900. So it's just for demonstration. Reliability is 80, operational excellence is 67, performance is 100%. So I want us to bring everything together. And throughout the last few lessons, we've learned about several Azure management services. Azure policy, we say, create organizational rules. Don't forget that. Resource logs protect important resources. Tag, as we know, organize Azure resources. And Azure Monitor will tell us what's happening inside our environment. And Azure Service Health tells us what's happening with Microsoft Azure platform. So note the difference. Azure Advisor tells us how to improve our environment, and each service has a different purpose, but together they help organizations manage Azure effectively. So let's do a quick recap. I'll go back to my home so that you can pay attention to what I'm about to say. So we learned that Azure Service Health keeps administrators informed about Microsoft Azure platform by providing information about service issues, planned maintenance, advisories, resource health, and health alert. We also learned that Azure Advisor continuously analyzes Azure environment and recommends improvement across cost, security, reliability, operational excellence, and performance. Remember these three questions because they will help you in the AZ-900 exam and in the real world. So Azure Monitor would always ask what is happening inside my Azure resources. Whereas Azure Service Health would ask the question, is Microsoft Azure experiencing any issues? And Azure Advisor will come in and ask, how can I improve my Azure environment? So if you can remember those three questions, you'll always know which Azure service to use. In our next lesson, we will continue exploring Azure management and prepare for the final topics needed for the AZ-900 certification. Remember, you've got to understand first, practice second, and conveniently master both. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.